How's it going? This is going to be a general reading, a Bones and Charms reading for both Pisces and Aries for July 2024. Um, all the readings that I do are timeless, so it may resonate for you in the past or in the future. So always keep that in mind as well. Everyone is welcome, regardless of where you may have Pisces and Aries in your chart. I will be uploading timestamps after the live is done for some people who may just want the Pisces or who may just want the Aries, okay? So with all that being said, I want to check the sound real quickly and make sure we're good, and then we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so I think the sound is okay. So yes, let's go ahead and do a quick sound bell here for Pisces for July 2024, and then we can get started. All right, so if you feel guided, you can take a couple of breaths or you can just listen as well. All right, so this is for Pisces for July. All right. Let's go ahead and see what we have coming up here for you Pisces for July. I'm going to go ahead and shake the bones and charms. It may be a little bit loud, but it's not going to be forever. And then after we've pulled all the bones and charms, I will be taking the camera down and bringing it closer so you can see them in more detail, since some of them are really small and hard to see. All right, so thank you for your patience, guys. Thank you. All right, spirits, guide my hands, please. Guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for water sign Pisces, the twin fish, for July 2024. What is water sign Pisces, the twin fish need to know for their highest vibration? Spirits, guide my hands, please. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for water sign Pisces, the twin fish, for July 2024. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for water sign Pisces for July 2024. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for July for Pisces 2024. Really need to see for the highest good. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Pisces. Messages for Pisces for the highest good for July 2024. Messages for Pisces. Messages for Pisces for July 2024. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Pisces for July 2024. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Pisces. All right. So we've got all the bones and charms out of the bag, so to speak, here. So I'm going to flip over a couple of them that have fallen, that we can easily, flip over. And we have ambient music, but sometimes there's something that comes up with lyrics, so I was just changing that for a second. Hopefully it's not too loud or distracting for you guys. So if you see me pick up my phone, it's not necessarily to check messages or do anything else. It's just to turn the music up or down, because sometimes there are commercials and that kind of thing. Okay. And of course I just said no lyrics, and there's more lyrics. Come on now. All right. So I'm flipping over some of the charms here, just so when I do pull it closer and when we take the picture that I upload later, you can see them a little bit more easily. It's a very delicate process, of course. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and stop there because I don't want to, you know, disturb stuff too much. All right, so let's go ahead, Pisces, and take your picture here. And I thought my phone was on silent, but let me double check. Yes, it is. Okay. So a lot of times the phone connects to the computer and the computer is not silent even if my phone is silent. So if you hear the message, it's coming from more the computer than my phone. All right, so let's get the best picture here and then go ahead and get started, Pisces. All right. So I'm going to hold my hands over the bones and charms and see where Spirit wants me to start before I take the camera down, because it's just easier if I can do it hands free, but sometimes I do it with one hand. All right, so thank you for your patience, guys. Okay, so spirits, please let me know, where do you want me to start this Pisces reading? Spirits, guide my hands, please. Where would you like me to start this Pisces reading? Okay, so they're saying like right here, kind of right under my hand. So that would be where the lucky rabbit's foot is. So that is where we're gonna start. All right, but yeah, let me go ahead and just take the camera down here, and hopefully the cord is not stuck. There we go. All right. Technical difficulties. Okay. Alrighty, so I just want to show you guys everything pulled out here for a second. Once the camera focuses, there we go. Yes, we're doing Pisces. Okay, so again, there's a couple of things that have fallen outside of the mat here, so we'll go into that in a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and start here in this section because that's where Spirit wanted me to start. All right, so if you are new, welcome, and if you're coming back, welcome back, of course. So we have a couple different sections here on the mat. We have work and money over here. We've got spiritual unconscious here. We have body and mental here, and then we have relationships and love here. So they want us to start in the relationships and love section first, so we will do that, okay? But I wanted to also say that even though they want us to start right here, I will do that, but then I'm going to go out to the stuff that has fallen outside of the mat, but is still in those section lines, if you see those dotted lines, okay? So the main thing here where I was feeling all that hot energy from my hand is right here on the lucky rabbit's foot, Pisces, okay? So lucky rabbit's foot, right, can signify luck. That's why it's called a lucky rabbit's foot. So there's all this luck in your relationships here in this section for July. So sometimes if it falls on the line or it's in between two different lines, but here it's for the most part just in relationships and love section. So when we talk about the relationships, it's all types of love and relationships. So it can be romantic, it can be platonic between friends and family, and it can be self-love. So take it how it may resonate for you. But the main thing here is on top, on the side, the first thing that I saw on your lucky rabbit's foot here, and let me grab my pen too, because sometimes it's easier to point to things. We also have right on the line here, it goes a little bit into the other section, but you have the balance scale. So this is Libra energy. So there could be someone who is a Libra or has a lot of Libra in their chart in terms of relationships that could be important for some of you guys, but not for everyone, right? Since it is a general reading. Sorry, let me turn that down. Okay, if it's not a person that is a sun sign Libra or has a lot of Libra in their chart, it could also be referring to Libra season of this year, of last year, or even next year. And if it's none of those things, it could also just be what this balance scales, what this Libra energy represents. So balance, beauty, justice, right? So it feels like if we pull back again here and look at from the top view, Pisces, that there is a lot of balance and beauty and justice on the good luck, okay, that is in perhaps one of your relationships or all of your relationships here. So that is really beautiful to see. Okay, now you can't necessarily see it, but if I lift up the lucky rabbit's foot, it's laying on the heart that is one of the designs on the mat. So for body and mental, it has a person meditating. We can kind of see it upside down. It's got a cross for spiritual and conscious. Work and money has a money symbol. And here we have part of the heart that's covered up with the lucky rabbit's foot. So if we look on the other side here, right underneath the lucky rabbit's foot too, is we have our first raccoon penis bone showing up here. So here we have a lot of masculine energy that's going out. So this could be everything that we say is, inside of the mat can be current energies or future energies. And then when we go outside the mat, still in that section, this is energy from the past. So there could be some energy from the past that's coming in here, then going into the current and possibly the future, that is masculine energy. And we all have masculine and feminine inside of us, right? So take it how it may resonate for you. But there's good luck not only with the lucky rabbit's foot, but on the other side of the raccoon penis bone, we also have the 4-leaf clover. So it's like double good luck. So that's beautiful, right? I definitely like to see that. If we look further out too, there's your other raccoon penis bone. They all kind of fell this time in the relationships and love section here, Pisces. So again, could be a lot of energy, masculine energy in the past or recent past as well. And what is masculine energy? So it's a more action-oriented energy, we could say. It is more of an aggressive energy as far as putting effort into something, right? If in comparison, if we say that's masculine, then feminine energy would be a more softer, like receiving kind of energy, okay? But we do also see, if we go over on this side, Pisces, we've got the hummingbird here. We've got, again, masculine energy with the masculine charm here. And then we have the frog, okay? So it looks like here that in the past, in some way, Pisces, there could have been some type of activation I'm hearing in terms of like your trust in yourself. Or if it's not you, Pisces, it's someone else's trust in themselves, to take more of like an aggressive approach to something. And it could have something to do with what they're naturally good at or what you're naturally good at with the hummingbird. So I say that the hummingbird, flies backwards, and people might not understand that, but it's one of the fastest birds, and it gets the sweetest type of nectar that other birds can't get. So again, I like to say that the hummingbird would not necessarily care what the other birds who are flying forwards are thinking, because they're doing it differently, but they're still very successful, if not even more so successful. So I like to see that, okay? So being more aggressive in the things that we are naturally good at, okay? And trusting that. Now here with the frog kind of half on the mat, half on the cloth underneath it, this is talking about some type of leap of faith. So there could have been in the recent past, the beginnings, or the past, whatever that is for you, since time is fluid and relative and is always changing, right? And this is a general reading, but it's like some kind of leap of faith started maybe in the past in some way, and now it's coming into the current or future energies as well. So this could be some type of leap of faith in the areas of relationships. So all types of relationships, romantic, platonic, self-love, okay? But I see it as a good thing. And I also see here, just knocked that over a little bit, but that's okay. It's just the other bone out there. I also see here, Pisces, with like half of the head or a little less than half of this head here, right on the line. Where we see the skulls in a reading can tell us where someone's mind is or where your mind is, right? Or the general environment situation is. So both of your skulls here are in the work and money section. That one's completely in the work and money section, but this one, like I said, is a little bit half on the line between the two sections here. So it could be this leap of faith has been, you know, on your mind or someone else's mind, multiple people's mind, general environment situation here. And it could be that because there's so much luck on your side or someone else's side or just the energy side, is the right time to do this. Okay, so somebody could be waiting or has been waiting to make this leap of faith. It'll be different for everybody. Okay, but what I do see over here, more stuff that's on the line and or completely half and half, yeah, more stuff on the line that's both in both of these sections. The other thing we see here right next to the head, the skull, is the cat's eye. So the cat's eye kind of talks about something that someone is not seeing clearly. Okay, so it could be mostly in the work and money section, but it's also crossing over into the relationship section. All right, and what's right next to that is the dog ankle bone here, Pisces. So if there's something that you are not seeing clearly, or someone else or the general environment situation is not seeing clearly, there needs to be more flexibility because of that, or it causes that to come out. Okay. Now, what I see underneath the dog ankle bone here is the charm for feminine energy. So, remember how we were saying before that the masculine is a more aggressive, action oriented energy, putting effort into something. And then the feminine energy is a more softer, receiving kind of energy. So, it's almost like the feminine energy is supporting this flexibility around the thing that perhaps we're not seeing clearly or someone else is not seeing all the way clearly here. Okay. Now what I also see underneath here, and I'll pick up and move, sorry, it's probably better if I do it this way for you guys. I'll pick up and move the lucky rabbit's foot here in a second, but I can see right off the bat that we do have the chair here right on the line as well. So the chair talks about things going on within our home. Okay, so it looks like it's half on the line again between work and money, and then also relationships. So this flexibility, energy, this feminine energy, along with, let me turn that down, this feminine flexibility energy, it's going to then, you know, go further into the home. So it could have something to do with our home, okay, wherever we live, right? It could also be home is where the heart is, right? So it's not necessarily about the type of home or whatever, okay? But it'll make more sense if you look at it individually for yourself here. Now, the other thing I want to say before we go back this way, Pisces, is the main thing, if we pull back all the way out, thank you, camera, is whatever falls here in the center, okay, on that circle underneath where all the lines intersect, okay, from the different sections, is the Norse symbol for protection, okay, here, Pisces. So you do have a lot of protection here throughout the month for you, spilling over into all of these areas, okay, so that's really beautiful to see. Okay, so there could be a protective energy in the home because of this flexibility and this receiving. Okay, but your relationships in general throughout the month of July here have extra good luck, right? I'm going to put the lucky rabbit's foot back here, and looks like also protection. Okay, so that's beautiful. All right. Just moving that over a little bit. Okay, so now as we go back out this way and just kind of focus on this section again, we do have stuff further out in the mat. These two items, the angel coin and the doves, okay, are both in the relationships and love. So remember we said things that fall outside of the mat on the white cloth can be energy from the past. So I see here, Pisces, that there is higher vibrational frequencies, whether you call them angels, spirit guides, guardian angels, really showing up here in the past for you. And there's a beautiful, peaceful energy as well. Okay, so because maybe this happened, or you were feeling this, or someone else was, multiple people, general environment situation, that kind of is the reason why we also have both your good luck items here and the protective energy throughout the whole reading, but also going into relationships and love. So that's really beautiful. And, we should all be grateful for that, right? Whether you're sun sign Pisces, rising, moon in Pisces, or wherever you have Pisces in your chart, okay? So the next thing I want to focus on here is the turkey wishbone. Okay, and hopefully it'll focus if I stay still enough. But what we have right in between the legs of the turkey wishbone is we have one of the human teeth bones right here. Okay, we have our symbol for Saturn on the other side, and then on this side, if you can see, it's a little dark there on the cloth, but it is one of the animal claws. Okay, and there we go. If I just stay up, maybe I got too close. It didn't focus. All right. So the turkey wishbone is like something that we are wishing for here, Pisces, you or someone else, etc. That you have been thinking a lot about with the human teeth bone here, really going over, chewing, digesting, marinating on what you wish for in your relationships. So again, that can be romantic, platonic, self-love, one or the other, or all of the above. Okay, and I really feel like with this last, basically, Saturn astrology note that we had, I believe on June 30th, Saturn went direct. I'm going to double check on my phone in a second, because I don't have the June astrology note since I didn't do readings for June, but it's not in July. So I know something was important on June 30th. I'll double check in a second. But generally, like kind of what Saturn represents here for everyone, because we have a lot of Saturn stuff going on throughout the year of 2024, is getting serious about something, getting organized about something, putting in a lot of hard work and effort into something. Okay, so I feel that Saturn, plays a role here, and it's almost like, it's not underneath or touching, but very close to the turkey wishbone. So it's almost like Saturn here, Pisces, for you guys, is really making you get more serious, like about your relationships, how you relate to yourself and others. So let me look up here real quickly because it's going to drive me crazy. So it's June 30th, Saturn. Oh, can I spell? Yes, with one hand. Saturn. Direct, or is it retrograde? I feel like it's retrograde, but okay, it is retrograde. Just kidding. I said direct, but it's retrograde. Because I know right now we have 3 planets in retrograde. Okay. So I believe, do we have anything in the astrology notes for July on that? Let me see. Yes, so Neptune went retrograde on July 2nd. And if on July 30th, Saturn went in retrograde, and then, are we still in Mercury retrograde? I should know this, but I don't right now. Hold on, let me pull up one of my astrology apps too. It might tell me, where is it? Here we go. No, we're not in Mercury retrograde. Okay, I thought it was, yeah. We're not until August 5th we go back into Mercury retrograde. Well, there's another planet that's retrograde right now. I'll look it up later. But so basically, yeah, Saturn can be putting, like this extra kind of emphasis here for you, Pisces, in your relationship quadrant to get more serious about those things and to get honest about things, okay, and put more effort into things, perhaps, if there wasn't enough effort before, okay? But now that we've kind of talked about your relationship section, I want to go back up here and then talk about work and money, since there was a lot of crossover. So we're going to go from this section here to this one, to probably that one, and then that one, okay? But again, we have protection in all of the sections here throughout the month, Pisces, so that is beautiful. Now, the first thing, since we kind of already talked about the head here, one of the skulls, and we talked about the cat's eye, and we talked about the the feminine charm. We talked about a little bit of the dog ankle bone in the chair, but I want to talk about over here on the other side of the head. So I didn't talk about that earlier because it didn't apply to this one, but now here we are in work and money. Okay. So it could be here, Pisces, that throughout the month you or someone else is thinking a lot about freedom. Okay. So what does freedom mean for you in terms of your work and money and finances? If it's not about work and money and finances, it could also be about our values. Okay. So am I being valued enough in some way or someone else, vice versa, etc. All right. And this really is about also somebody's happiness here with the sun right next to it. And then we have the spider and the spider web, and then we have the ship charm. So it's like, yeah, someone's thinking about their freedom, what makes them happy in possibly their work and money, finances, and also if it's not that or in addition to that, how they're being valued. How does that affect their environment and others? And if anything, what does that have to do with possibly travel? Okay, with the ship here. If it's not travel, it could also be something to do with water here and like a healing energy as well. Okay. Now, if we look out further out, again, stuff out here is on the white mat or cloth, whatever, is stuff from the past. So I kind of want to go over that first, and then we'll come back here and finish the rest. So when we go this way first here, Pisces, we've got the nutmeg and we have the lion. All right. So nutmegs can represent, right, money in abundance, which is perfect since we're talking about work and money and finances and value and abundance. Okay. So it could be here that in the past, in some way, you or someone else was trying to figure out how to bring the lion, the strength, the courage, the passion, the creativity, the spotlight, how to bring that together. Okay, so that could have been a focus in the past. All right. Now, when we go over this way, we see the money bags charm right off the bat. So that's definitely cool to see since we're in that section. Then we've got the star. We've got the question mark on top of the rope. We have the snake rib bone. We have the bumblebee and the witch. And we've got the elephant. Okay. So we'll talk about the other stuff in a second. But looks like here in the past, Pisces, again, there could have been some kind of focus on how can I follow my North Star to get more money, to get more work opportunities, to get better finances, to get valued more in general. So maybe in the past, in some way here, Pisces, there was a lot of questions about, well, when are my ships going to come in? Okay, because the rope represents time. So if I have these questions in the past and maybe a little bit still in the current too, since it's right on the line between the two mats, it's like, yeah, when are these ships going to come in? I have a lot of questions about work and finances and money or being valued. So when is that, going to come together, even though they're not that far apart? So here, though, when we see the snake vertebrae, I'm sorry, I always do that. It's not the vertebrae, it's the rib bone. When we see the snake rib bone coming in here, that is like a need, especially after all these questions, to breathe. Okay, so if we think about our rib bones, they can tighten up when we're not breathing, and then they relax when we do breathe. So it's like this breath of fresh air or a little bit of releasing, calming energy wants to come in like after those questions. Now, because it's sitting on top of the seahorse here, this is my symbol for family. Whatever family is for you, it can be blood family or it can be your group of people that you identify as your family, okay, or both, whatever it is. This breathing comes in because of family, or needs to come in because of family, but also when this is done, because it started in the past and now we see it more in the current now affecting the family. There's also some details underneath here with the strawberry that need to be looked over. Okay, so if we ask the questions at one point and then maybe we take a breath and we're starting to get more answers, or we're getting not even necessarily answers, but we're getting more details here, that's a good thing. And the strawberry is a little bit starting to go under the yes coin. So that's beautiful. It's like, yes, we're getting more details, more information here. And not only do we have family here, Pisces, we also have my symbol for friends is the little witch. Okay, so it's like friends and family. It could be one friend or a group of friends, or it's a friendly like energy. If it's not you, it could be someone else, multiple people, general environment situation, right? But this friend energy, this family energy wants to help you with your innate power. With the bumblebee here, the bumblebee also represents teamwork, right? Because all the bees, if they're honeybees, we'll just say it's a honeybee, they serve the queen bee, right? So it can represent teamwork, coming together with friends and family to get more details, to take a breath of fresh air and relax a little bit here. Because perhaps in the past with the elephant here, there was like a need for restructuring our ideas of work and money and finances and being valued, okay? Because they're very close, or there could have just been those memories from the past impacting the future here, okay? But I also see a lot of, if there was a little bit of stagnant energy still left over here, Pisces, with the lock right above the seahorse, with family matters perhaps related to money, work, finances being valued, that is in its own transformation, or it's going to happen throughout the month of July if it hasn't already happened, and maybe even going into August. But there's a transformation around a lot of these methods here. Now look at this. This is so cool. I've never really seen that before, Pisces. You've got the bat is like sweeping the broom. So the broom is a symbol of clearing and cleansing, right? And the bat is, again, another symbol for teamwork, also a symbol for good luck, but it's really my symbol for vibrations. Okay, so how we communicate in our work environments, how we communicate in our money financial environments, or how we communicate with being valued in those areas. So the bat is coming in here and helping you, Pisces, helping you bring in this beautiful yes here, that is in your whole money and work section. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and move this yes over so we can see what's underneath it here, Pisces. So we can see underneath, we've got the book, charm, we've got the feather, and we've got the mountain. Okay, and they're lying right on the money word, like on the mat. Okay, and remember, yes was right above it. So it's interesting here too, Pisces, because the strawberries over here, that's the details, right? And then we have the book here. So it's like going over the details, gaining some knowledge here with the work money situation. Another symbol for cleansing right across from the broom is the feather. So clearing away any challenges here with the mountain symbol, challenges in the work and money section, finances are being valued. So clearing that away when we get more information here. All right, so that is beautiful. Again, the yes is on top of it. So if there's still some challenging energy this month in those areas, know that it will change soon, and there is going to be more information coming in there that can help you clear out any of the challenging energy. Okay, now if we look this way here, Pisces, this is your other skull, just so you can see. Okay, so where the skulls are in the reading, well, now you can see if I hold it like that, maybe. Stay. Okay, I'll just leave it there. Move it over a little bit. Where the skull's at, tell us where someone's mind is at, or what they've been thinking about. So you had your first skull here between work and money and relationships, and then your other skull is just in work and money. Okay, I'll just sit them up there. Go like that so you can see better. Okay, so it was leaning or on top of the bow and arrow. So that's my symbol for Sagittarius. It could be you dealing with a Sagittarius or someone who's a lot of Sagittarius in their chart. Or it could be referencing Sagittarius season of this year, of last year, or even next year here. But generally what it's talking about, if it's nothing to do with any of those things in Sagittarius energy, is really about our goals, plans, and aspirations for the future, again in regards to work and money, because that's the section we're in. Okay, so it's like, what is our work and money target, so we can find it, right? So let's say the target is out here, just as an example for a visual. So then you're going to pull back your arrow and you're going to hit where the pen is. Okay, it could also be here, Pisces, because it's pointing outwards, it could have something to do with something from the past, but it doesn't have to be. That can help tie in what maybe possibly your current or future goals, plans, and aspirations are for work and money. Okay, but yeah, let's see what else we have over here in this rest of the section, because if we pull back out all the way, most of your bones and charms are all in work and money. You've got some in relationships and love. You've got some, of course, in body and mental health. Very small amount in spiritual unconscious. So majority of the energy here throughout the month of July could be really focused on the work, money, finances, and being valued. Okay. All right. Well, let's flip this over just so you can see that this is a seashell. All right. Another seashell here. So when we talk about seashells, we're talking about feminine receiving energy. It even looks like you know what, right? But we all have masculine and feminine inside of us, regardless of gender or ideas of gender. We're not talking about that, right? But this beautiful feminine receiving energy is actually also touching the leaf here, Pisces. So the leaf, just like the broom and the feather that's underneath here, is another symbol for clearing. Okay, so clearing away old ideas of money or poverty mindset, something like this for some of you guys as an example, but it doesn't have to be that. Okay, and how can we bring in new ideas? You have the lightning bolt here, and then you've got the corn charm. So it's like bringing in new ideas for how can I feed myself, right? How can I have more work substance, more work juicy opportunities, yum yum corn, right? How can I have more money in general in abundance and being valued, right? And so there's a need here to go slow with this, with the turtle. So to bring in those ideas, right, of course, and then just clear any of the old stuff so we can keep receiving these new ideas. If we're closed down and we're in a more aggressive, take action, no nonsense masculine energy, an example, then maybe we don't get the ideas. But if we're soft and we're open and we're receiving, then these ideas are more likely to come in. So regardless of who you are or how you identify, bring in that receiving energy here, because it's going to help you. Okay. And when you do that, or when someone else does that, Pisces, multiple general environment situation, there could also be some type of letter, message, document that comes in here from yourself, I'm hearing, okay, or from another person, or from your spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors. But this message, whatever it is, there's beautiful safety in it with the safety pin. So this message is going to bring in more safety in work, bring in more safety with money or finances or being valued. And this is something that possibly someone has been wishing for, okay? Beautiful with the wish charm here. Now, with the wish charm being on top of the scissors, it could also be that if someone was wishing for like less work, like let's say you have too much work and not enough time in other areas in your life, then perhaps the wish is saying you're going to get more time to focus on those other things. Or it could be, I want a different job, or I want a different type of money or being valued in some way. Then with that, technically we've got, okay, let's go back for a second. We've got the broom, the feather under here, the leaf, and then now the scissors can also be interpreted as a clearing charm, right? It's like cutting something out, or maybe it's changing our expectations. If our wishes we're not realistic in some way in work and money, then maybe it's altering, what those wishes are. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody, but it's definitely something here to do with the amount of effort that we're putting in something, because the scissors are also touching my symbol for Capricorn. So if we just lift up here and move over the North symbol for protection, there's Capricorn. Okay, so it could be something to let me slow down, something to do with someone who is a Capricorn or has a lot of Capricorn in their chart, or it could even be referencing Capricorn season. But if it's not about the zodiac or the seasons or all the things in the chart, right, it could also just be about Capricorn energy is known as a hard-working energy. We're talking about work and money. We're talking about the effort that we put into something. Are we going to be like the Capricorn goat and keep climbing up the mountain and trying to have more flexibility? It's so interesting here too, Pisces. If you look, my Capricorn symbol is a pin hair away from the dog ankle bone. Okay, that was mainly in relationships, but a little bit did cross over that line and is in work and money. So if we need to alter our wish in some way here, or someone's wish, and change possibly our effort, the amount of effort we're putting into something, how can we be more flexible with that? Whether it's pulling back our effort or putting in more effort. Okay, since it is a general reading, it will be different for everybody. All right, so let me put this back, and then we go back over this way to finish up this section. We have the coyote claw here is on top of the dragonfly, which is touching the fish, and then it's touching the other honeybee here. Okay, we also have another coyote claw on the other side here that was also touching the safety pin. So the claws talk about grasping something, right? Manifesting something. So wanting to manifest this security, this sense of safety in work and money and finances because of some type of letter, message, document that comes in from you or to you, etc. So then how do we use that? Again, more information, remember, with the book charm over there underneath the coin. How do we use also the new ideas that come in to help us with our work and money dreams? How can we use this to bring in more teamwork effort, but also to feel our individual power as just one honeybee? Okay, serving the queen, right? How do we also serve ourselves? And if one honeybee pulls back or all the honeybees pull back, then there's nothing for the queen, and then she's gonna die. So it's about teamwork, but it's also about individual effort. Okay, how does that all come in here with prosperity for others as well, with the fish here, or getting more substance too, not only with the corn but with the fish, right? So what are we digesting in terms of work and money and finances and value? And how does that also relate a little bit here to Pegasus's foot? Okay, Pegasus' feet, the winged horse here, are a little bit in the work and money too. So how does that bring us more freedom? So definitely something to think about. Now, as we cross over now into the spiritual unconscious section, we definitely have some things that are right on the line or pretty close, but majority of them are like in the center here. So the first and only one that's up here, Pisces, is we have the ship anchor. So talking about freedom, okay, spiritual and unconscious, subconscious freedom, maybe in the past in some way. This then led to this childlike energy. I'll just flip over the baby so you can see, right? This childlike energy, if it's not dealing with actual children, because we're talking about spiritual and conscious, it's more of that childlike energy or inner child. How can that bring us more freedom? Again, with it touching Pegasus, to have more spiritual unconscious freedom. And what are we digesting here with the fork, spiritually, subconsciously, unconsciously? And how can that bring us more answers here, Pisces, with the key? So that's beautiful, right? That's like how we feel spiritually, subconsciously, unconsciously, how we feel at our core, right? There could be a teacher here, Pisces, or you have some leadership qualities or teaching qualities. Or if it's not you yourself, it could be you're getting in touch with a spiritual teacher, mentor, guru, or guide, or you're just using your spiritual unconscious as a teacher to teach yourself, right? But I love to see this over here in addition to that, Pisces, because here we have another seashell. This is my listening seashell. If it was bigger, right, we put it up to our ear, we hear the ocean. The seashell is laying right on top of the coffin. Very hard to see because we're on black, but it's pretty shiny, so hopefully you can see it there. So it's like, are we spiritually, unconsciously, subconsciously listening to the symbol, the coffin, listening to our passed on loved ones, friends, and family? Are we listening to our spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors? If we're not, we should be, because they're also a spiritual teacher. Okay, a beautiful free gift that we all have, and there's different ways to go about those things. But when we do that, or that's enough, Hermes. Sorry, guys. When we do that, that brings in more healing as well with the lizard here, right on the unconscious word, right? It's a regrowth symbol. So for some lizards, you cut off their tail and it grows back. So that's our healing energy here. Very beautiful. All right, Pisces. Now, as we go this way, a little bit to just finish out this section, because there's not a whole lot going in here, but we've got right on the line, we've got the clouds. Okay, we've got the tail end of Pisces. That's your symbol there, the twin fish. Excuse me. Underneath Pisces, we've got the mermaid. And then over here, we have the symbol for water. And then we have two human teeth bones side by side, right? So if there was, Pisces, any confusion in the spiritual unconscious energy, it's like the more that you work with another Pisces, or the more that you be who you are, okay, or the more that you look back to Pisces season of this year, of last year, of next year, or just the more that you go with the flow here with the twin fish, it's going to bring in this beautiful longing here that you or someone else or the general environment situation has been thinking about and marinating over for a very long time with the two human teeth bones. So you've got right on this side, water symbol. On the other side, more in your body and mental health, you got the cup. So it's like two symbols for water. What is water? Emotions, right? So how are these emotions that we longed for a long time and been thinking about for a long time, how does this also relate to how we feel protection? How do we feel spiritually protected? How do we feel protected in our subconscious, unconscious, right? And how do we use those things to clear away any confusion? Very, very beautiful, Pisces, okay? So it doesn't surprise me, right, Pisces, you're a very spiritual sign. I mean, everybody is, right? But because you have the moon as your tarot card, and you have a lot of that water, Piscean water, right? Neptune being really strong. It also makes sense that there's not a whole lot going on here, because we just checked, or I just checked again, me and Spirit, when I say we, that we had Neptune going retrograde, and that's your ruler, on July 2nd. So it kind of makes sense that there's not a whole lot going on here. Still important things and good things, but not like a huge focus, okay? So now let's come to your last section here, Pisces. Okay, pull all the way out and see what's on the mat. I'm just going to bring these a little bit closer because they're still past energy, but they're like so far away that it's just kind of easier to see when it's like lined up a little bit here. Okay, so let's start with the past energy and then go more back into the current future stuff. We see right here, Pisces, right on the line, but it doesn't cross over into your relationships, is we have the yin and yang. Okay, so balance energy. Then we've got the bicycle, which can be a symbol for travel or transportation or modes of transportation, whether we're talking about a bicycle, a car, a scooter, etc., a skateboard. And then over here, we've got our buck eye, right? If we flip it over, you can see the eye on it, the buck eye, right? It's one of our big nuts. And so we've got here underneath that is the puzzle piece. And it's funny when you said Buckeye, then you heard my message go off on my computer. So that could be like, yep, we've hit the Buckeye, the target, right? So in the past here, Pisces, there could have been a lot of emphasis on how do I bring more balance and find the pieces to the puzzle of bringing more abundance and what I want to manifest in terms of my body and mental health. And how does that also translate possibly to exercise, right? So I said, remember, it could be travel, it could be modes of transportation, but it could also be just straight up a symbol for exercise. So take that part how it may resonate here for you. But it looks like that in the recent past, also with the alligator claw here, it's like kind of reaching, creeping for those things. So those things have maybe started in the past and now they're coming forward too. So the alligator claw is also a symbol for, basically money and abundance and gambling and good luck, but it's also that reaching in that striving for things. Okay. Now, as we go forward this way, Pisces, we already kind of talked about you in the twin fish here, if that is indeed you. But over on this side, we do have the coyote penis bone. We've got Cupid here. We've got I can't even talk anymore. What is this? This is the horseshoe with the ladybug inside of it. We got the listening bells. Now we have the snake vertebrae. We've got the crown underneath that. We have another animal claw. And then we have the skeleton hand. Okay. So because of where this falls on the body, on the mat, the image of the person meditating here, Pisces, it could be that there's like some masculine energy showing up here. Something to do with the legs, like maybe the legs need to move more because it literally fell like, on one of the legs. Or there needs to just be like more heat and movement in the legs. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. Okay. But if it's not a physical thing that we're talking about in the body, it could be like mentally that chakra that you would find like where the legs are. I don't know what the leg chakra would be because it starts from your sex area and then moves up to your head. So I don't even know if there's a chakra for the legs, but there's something about the legs, or maybe it's just about circulation or something. Maybe it has nothing to do with the mental, but if you get more circulation in your legs, that's definitely going to help your mental health. So that's the way you could kind of interpret it if you want to. But it is, a general reading meant for multiple people. So maybe that part will make sense to you, maybe not. It could just be, again, like harnessing masculine energy, taking action and being more aggressive with our health in some way there. Okay. Now with Cupid here, this is my symbol for love, not just romantic love, but platonic love, self-love. It's kind of pointing to the throat chakra here for you, Pisces. So there could be something where you need to speak your truth, or you need to look into throat chakra healing. There's certainly like certain musics that or sound healing frequencies that go with the different chakras in the body as an example. But there's definitely could be something about speaking your truth or someone else or multiple people, general environment situation here. Okay. Now, all this stuff that's like kind of sitting on top of the head here of the person meditating is really interesting and beautiful, Pisces. It's like you've got good luck when you listen to your support system. Okay. What is your support system? It's friends and family, but what's your support system when we're talking about body and mental health? Your support system can be your friends and family, mental health care worker, etc. But the first thing I thought of was the body is your support system. Your body physically supports you. So we need to listen to our body here, Pisces, this month, maybe more so than normal. And or we also need to listen to our support system, our friends, family, mental health care worker, etc. Whatever your support system is for you. Now, when we talk about the support system, this could also be somebody that is in a position of authority here with the crown, or it's about someone who displays a certain amount of confidence. So it could be that one of those people in that support system is a higher up person, or it could be that when you listen to those people, it brings also out your own royalty energy here, Pisces. Okay? So that is beautiful. Or it brings out more of your own confidence within your body and your mental health when you listen to your support system, when you listen to your body. So, however you interpret it is very beautiful. Um, I'm like, I gotta find another word for beautiful because I keep saying that today. But it is what it is. Okay. Now, over here, the last thing I would say here, Pisces, is that we have that animal claw, okay, that's underneath the skeleton hand. So the skeleton hand, not only like the coffin, is another symbol here for me that represents passed on loved ones, friends, family, ancestors, spirit guides. Yes, right on that. We'll turn that down. Spirit guides is like, yeah. Yes, the spirit guides. Okay, maybe that's the word. They want to help you with your health overall during this month, okay, and even beyond, not just for July, right? However it resonates for you. They want to help get rid of any confusion that you may have or someone else has about their body and their mental health. They are here and they want to just be a resource for you, because that's the other thing is, since these are all connected together and we were talking about our support system with the snake vertebrae, literally I have your back. Well, you have your physical team and then you have your physical body, but then also your spiritual team is your support system too. Okay? So that is really nice. I like that a lot here for you, Pisces. Um, so let me just pull back here and see what we have. But yeah, that is your reading for this month, for this time period, whether it is again talking about July from last year or this year or next year or however it resonates for you, since time is fluid and relative. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back up here. And I may do Aries right now or I may not. I need to kind of check something real quickly. But let me go ahead and put the camera down and see kind of like what time it is. So sometimes I lose track of time when I'm doing readings. Because I do want to do Aries right now, but it kind of, just depends on how much time I have. So give me 1 second, guys. I need to check something here. I will be right back, guys. 1 second. guys. Sorry. I am back, and here is Miss Cleo. So, I guess we are going to wait and do the Aries reading tomorrow. Sorry about that, guys. So, I will change the title after this live is done, but I don't like to rush readings. So, I thought I had more time than I did, but it is meant to be for tomorrow. So, I will definitely be back with Aries reading tomorrow, finally, the last one for July. So Cleo and I and all the rest of the animals here, yes, you too, Hermes, we say take care and thank you as always for your views, your likes, and your subscriptions. They're all free ways here on YouTube to support the channel since I do these readings for free. And also for the other social medias where this video will eventually be part of it anyway on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. So anyway, see you guys later and take care. All right, bye.